Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a Screenwriter's Rant, or Arcadian, starring Nicolas Cage in an action horror movie that feels an awful lot like A Quiet Place. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 13 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Instead of being really quiet, the creatures that I think have invaded Earth or taken it over come out only at night. So if you lock yourself in and you've got plenty of light, you're good to go. Nicolas Cage is a single father to 2 boys, and I think there's a girl somewhere in the mix. I'm not sure where. She might be at a nearby village or something, and he's trying to keep him alive in this strange world. April 12th, only in theaters. Written by Mike Nelon and directed by Benjamin Brewer. So let's see. It's Nic Cage top billing. Yeah, Nic Cage is one of the primary characters. So he's not going to disappear 5 minutes in, it looks like. So I'm not sure what the enemy is. This is a Shudder movie. Here's the one girl in the movie, apparently. This is a Shudder movie, so it is a horror movie. They're gaining some ground. I will say that Nic Cage, something going on with his face, and I'm not sure what. I don't know if they put a lot of makeup on him or he's just looking his age now. Now that he looks pretty good in that shot, but. He plays a dad who's trying to keep the boys alive in this strange world where these monsters just, I don't know, they just show up and eat you, I guess. And at some point they end up fighting them. They try to take the fight to the creatures, and then the creatures decide they're going to go after them, and they come through the floorboards, and they end up burning down their own house. And so it's going to be action-packed, I guess. I'm not exactly sure, though, what the creatures are. I don't know if they're aliens or whatever. They don't really get into it. The trailer's a little threadbare, I would say. But first act, I would say you establish this strange world. The daytime things are fine. But at night, Nicolas Cage is very, very much, you got to get home by this time before sundown. He gets very worried. And he's got all these rules. So they lock it in. They have their meals. And next day, it's all good. They hear noises outside, but they're okay. A few days later, one of the guys runs into a girl, I guess from a neighboring village or someplace, and he wants to see her, and then he ends up being late one night, and Nicolas Cage is like freaking out. He's like, "Oh, you're supposed to be here on time. You're supposed to be..." Is that my Nicolas Cage? "You're supposed to be here on time." I can't do Cage. Nah, Cage is very subtle. So, and then I don't know, the boys are getting older, so they're sick of the way they live, and so they talk about taking the fight to the creatures. And then maybe they do a little bit, but this causes the creatures to say, "Ooh, these guys have killed a few of us, so we're going to take them down." So then the creatures target these guys, and they fight back. And then after that, it gets a little fuzzy. I'm not sure what would happen in a third act of this. It could end pretty bad for Nicolas Cage. And maybe at least one of the characters is going to die. That's the only way you could really sell a horror movie. Somebody's got to die. So, or maybe they kill his girlfriend and they decide, oh, now we're going to get revenge, or otherwise eventually they'll just come for us anyway, kind of thing. And so they take him out and then, I don't know, move on to other climes, and that's the end of the movie. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. The creatures are not really shown, which kind of annoys me. I'd like to know what we're dealing with a little more, but it's probably a lower budget thing, so they probably didn't have a big budget and didn't really want to show them, but kind of annoys me in a movie. They're doing all this fighting and then it ends up being in the dark. I get it, but it just happens in every movie, and then it becomes annoying because I can't see what they're fighting. I have to imagine it, and like, what am I doing the work? I can make my own movies. Show me the damn creature, is what I'm saying. All right, let's read the write-up. A father and his twin teenage sons fight to survive in a remote farmhouse at the end of the world. At the end of the world. Oh, okay. So it was the end of the world after this. Whatever. But see, needs a little more detail there. Is it an alien invasion or is it werewolves? What the hell is it? Inquiring minds want to know. But it's Nic Cage, so there's that. I mean, Nic Cage, it's hard not to say a Nic Cage movie is uninteresting. He brings a lot to the table, I think. Just his mere presence in a movie, even when it's bad. It's Nic Cage. He'll do something cool. Because you can never quite tell with him. He's brooding. He's always, you can just see a lot of thoughts going on behind the eyes, kind of thing. That's why I still can't get over Renfield failing. I hear it's like almost unwatchable. But Nic Cage as Dracula, well, that should have been a hit. That should have been gangbusters. But you never know. So would I watch this? Well, it's definitely in my wheelhouse. I don't know if I'd go to the theaters for it. I need to see another trailer, I think. The trailer's not great. I need to see more of something. But I will say, it doesn't appear that Nic Cage is going to be sidelined. I think he'll be one of the main guys. I think he'll be through it. So I'm leaning towards I would see it. Like if a group of my friends said, hey, you want to go see this Nic Cage movie? I'd be like, yeah, oh, sure. Sure, I'd be along for the ride. And I would probably definitely catch it on like streaming or something like that. So it's called Arcadian. I'm not sure what that means. Again, very confusing. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Oh, Little Joan's down there. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. If you can find a more base take, I say, take it. Thanks to all who came out to the Pemberton Community Library in Pemberton, New Jersey, for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. It was a great night. A bunch of people came out, had a good talk. Next up is Lines in the Pines on Saturday. Starts at 11 a.m. I do have to leave early, so please catch me early before I have to go. And then after that, doing a senior center on Tuesday, and then more stuff to come. Always more stuff to come. By the way, I will be at Nerd Force Fest on the 23rd, and Geek Fest, South Jersey Geek Fest, I got in on the 30th, the day before Easter. Thanks for tuning in today. Check out my book tour below, and we'll see you tomorrow.